The MK party has raised concerns over the safety of members of the ad hoc committee. This after one of its members of Parliament, Vusi Shongwe, was kidnapped on Wednesday night and later released. Party Chief Whip Colleen Makhubele has written to the National Assembly Speaker regarding the incident. It is understood that Shongwe was traveling with another individual when the kidnappers confiscated their cell phones and coerced him into paying a substantial sum of money. A case is being investigated at the Tembisa police station. Now, MK party spokesperson Nhlamulo Ndhlela joins us for more. A very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us, Nhlamulo. Firstly, how is Mr. Shongwe doing after this ordeal?
No, good evening to yourself, Marcin. Good evening to your viewers. Honorable Shongwe is doing fine. When I spoke to him, he was in high spirits at the time and obviously recovering from that ordeal.
Now, I believe this kidnapping happened over some hours. Tell us a bit about how this happened and what exactly transpired.
Well, effectively what happened is he was driving at night with a friend and at around 10 o'clock in the evening, and then they were hijacked and effectively kidnapped, robbed of their goods, in this case 3 cell phones, as well as cash, that was taken from them, and threatened and assaulted. And that ordeal lasted for about 5 hours, at which point they were released at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Sure. So in that kidnapping as well that you mentioned happening over a period of 5 hours, just today we heard those crime stats that were released to say kidnapping is also on the rise. As the MK party, do you see this as a random act of criminality where it's just another one of those days in South Africa, or do you believe it's linked to his work in the ad hoc committee?
Well, gathering from the threats that were made, it was clear that it emanates from his work in the ad hoc committee. And that's part of the reason, where we've said from the beginning, and this is not new, that the Speaker and Parliament in this case has to ensure that our members are safe and they're given all the resources that they need in order to do their work. As it is, they're actually left at their own peril. And it's very concerning because if you look at the kind of hardened criminals and the kind of people they have to deal with on a daily basis, I mean, the questions that they have to ask, and fearlessly so, and naturally are going to, irritate, and a lot of people are going to feel antagonized by the work that they do. But, the work that we do and the kind of leaders that we are in MK, in Parliament, naturally we are very thankless. The job itself is very thankless, and we are very committed. But we're just asking the Speaker, and especially off the back of a meeting that took place with the Chief Whips Forum 2-3 days ago, where again this issue of security was raised. And it's not a new issue. It's been on the agenda for the longest time. And it's just sad that, it has to lead to such an occurrence in order for it to actually be taken seriously. So that led to our Chief Whip in this case, writing to the Speaker, raising concerns around this and saying that, the Parliament and this office and the Speaker's office just cannot continue, just dragging their feet on this issue. It's a matter of life and death.
Yeah, and you mentioned that threats were made, and that's how you can also make the link to the work that's been done in the ad hoc committee by the MP himself as well and others from your party. Without jeopardizing the ongoing investigation as well, are you able to tell us the kinds of threats that were made?
I think, if I was to share with you the kind of threats that were made, people would be able to, even probably the perpetrators, be able to link it to certain, witnesses. I can share the following with you. I mean, you have a miscreant by the name of Paul O'Sullivan, who, in this case, intimidated Honorable Nhlamulo. And, he took a screenshot of Honorable Nhlamulo's post on Facebook, and he intimidated him and made some threats. And so these are the kind of things that, our members are having to endure. I mean, there's many other examples that we'll share. But, these have been surfaced with Parliament and the Speaker, and we're just hoping that the necessary interventions will ensue.
Yeah, and as you've mentioned, it's not new, and you've asked for adequate security. Now, based off past experiences, are you confident that this will happen this time around?
Well, if you look at what's happening here, the turnaround time has been awfully slow. Parliament needs to take this a whole lot seriously. I mean, you look at the work, for instance, with one of the IFP leaders, who who was also, shot and killed whilst doing work, groundwork and constituency work. What happened there? So the work that we do, as I said, it's a thankless job. Some people will appreciate the things that we say. Some people won't appreciate the things that we say. I mean, I recall even during elections, I had many threats. Even after, I've had lots of threats of my life. So, being a politician in this space, and I guess that's why we even have a PKTT and we have to support it. It's a very dangerous responsibility, but we have to do what we have to do, because the people of South Africa need change, and they voted us into these roles to ensure that we're their voices.
Nhlamulo, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it. That was the MK party spokesperson, Nhlamulo Ndhlela.